It is time for another unboxing video. It is the first time I'm featuring this brand, an Indian brand, on this channel. You don't really need a fancy watch to tell time. You don't need a watch with features loaded. You just need a simple watch that tells time. If you want vitamin C, you don't need a dragon fruit. You just need an orange. You don't need fancy things. You just need simple things. You don't need to buy things because everyone else is buying. You don't know their financial status. You don't know what they have and what they don't. You know what you have. If you don't have enough money to build a watch collection, it doesn't matter. You have enough money to buy one simple watch. That's all that matters. A watch that tells time, and at the same time, it's kind of like a fashion statement, a simple watch. It looks elegant, it doesn't look very cheap, but you can wear it with your casuals, formals, business casuals, etc. So you don't need fancy watch, okay? You just need a simple watch. A few of you have been asking for my impressions and reviews on some of the watches from this Indian brand, and I thought it's about time. Sonata has been cooking some really quality watches lately, one of which is this one I picked up. I will be unboxing this now. This one has to be the cheapest military field inspired watch on the market right now. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the unboxing. Namaste everybody. Indians know Titan as a watch brand, but Titan is just one of the brands under Titan Company Limited, which is a sister concern of Tata Group of Companies. Titan Company Limited owns brands such as Titan, Sonata, Fast Track, and SF. Sonata brand was launched by Titan Company Limited in 1997, and it's been a common man's go-to watch for almost 3 decades now. They are known to make simple watches that appeal to teenagers as well as old folks. This Sonata Poze watch retails for rupees 1110 on Sonata's official site. Currently, you can get it for 30% less. I had some points gathered on Flipkart from my previous purchases, which I used to get extra discount, picking it up for just rupees 699. It's been just a few hours since I unboxed this watch, and I can tell you already that this watch is total bang for bucks. In terms of legibility, it has the properties of a field watch but doesn't have the build of one. Let us examine this round Sonata Poze quartz watch with beige dial for the first time here on TikTok Treasures. We will cover one aspect at a time. When I looked at the Sonata watch for the first time online, the first watch that came to my mind was Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical. When I looked at the case, the markings on the dial and the style of the hands, I thought, yeah, this is definitely inspired by the Hamilton Khaki Field, which itself is inspired by the Hamilton watches worn by the US and British military in the 1940s. At first, I thought this was alloy steel, but this felt extremely light. The product description for this watch just said metal. But then I found another colorway listed on Flipkart that mentioned the case material as zinc alloy, which made sense considering the weight. The matte silver finish is what makes this watch appealing to me. The case design is pretty standard, a round case with standard lugs. The case comes with a crown guard, which is a nice touch at this price point. The case really feels like one single unit with no bezel in sight. This Sonata Poze watch has a case diameter of 40 millimeters, lug to lug of 46 millimeters, lug width of 20 millimeters, and case thickness of 11 millimeters. The crystal is slightly bulged mineral crystal. When the watch face is in your face, the dial is crystal clear, but beyond a certain angle, your eyes just see cloudy glass. Since mineral crystals are shatterproof relative to sapphire crystal, this makes for a decent field watch. The crown is guarded and it pulls out only to one position to set time. It can be rotated in both directions as with most quartz watches with only time function. The slightly darker crown with decent grip sets itself apart from the case, and this contrast adds some character to the aesthetics of this watch. I wish the stainless steel case back was brushed, but I'm okay with this polished one because it can be handy after a meal to see if you have food stuck in your teeth. The case back has sub-brand and brand names in large fonts at the dead center, the reference number of this model at the top, and the serial number which you need to use to register on the Titan website for claiming warranty on your watch. The dial is a clean beige dial with bold black Arabic numerals as hour markers, with 24-hour markers forming the inner circle in smaller font. The branding of this watch is alright. I would have preferred the Sonata branding below the Poze name, but this works well too. The contrast of black against beige makes this watch very readable in most light situations and hence very practical. Corresponding to the numerals are the triangles at the edge of the dial that carry some lume. The triangles at the 12, 3, 6 and 9 o'clock positions are relatively bigger than the rest. I wish they followed the Hamilton khaki route and made all triangles the same bigger size, but I guess Sonata did this to save on lume. Another practical trait of this watch are the hands. The hour and minute hands inspired by Hamilton khaki field are syringe hands with no counterbalance. These hands are broad to hold more than generous lume. We will talk about the lume in a bit. You will be surprised to see the lume on these hands. The seconds hand is a very simple arrow in all black that just about meets the minute markers and hits those markers bang on. A heavenly sight for people with OCD. The water resistance is only 30 meters, which is fair for the price I paid for this watch. The practice of mentioning the specific type of quartz movement in product descriptions is non-existent. I wish the brands and sellers make it a habit to mention which company the quartz movement belongs to, so we don't have to open the case back to check it. I am quite amazed because Titan makes their own quartz movements and have been doing so since 2014 according to their website, but when I checked inside this watch, it said Seiko Y121 quartz movement by Seiko Epson Corporation. You can see that it has plus or minus 20 seconds of accuracy, which is as good as any other quartz watch. Those broad hour and minute hands pack generous amount of lume, and for the price you're paying, you are getting incredible lume. I was quite amazed. The lume on those triangles are relatively weak, and that's only because of the surface area of those triangles, I suppose. They are just painted on. The lume doesn't last for too long, but it does the job. When you shine light on the face of the watch directly to activate them, they all pop out like lights along the runway. I am happy with the lume, a major pro on this watch. One thing I do not appreciate is when these watch brands or even the sellers do not provide accurate information, whether it's relating to the case material or the strap material in the product description of the watches. The Sonata website says it's PU leather, which I'm sure it is, but the bottom part only. But the top side is suede. Considering the price, I'm making a calculated guess that this is for suede strap. The suede adds elegance to this watch, at least a little bit. And the PU leather brings in the durability factor, but only time will tell as to how long the strap can last. One drawback of suede strap, at least according to my experience, is that adjusting the stopper takes some work because of the friction. Let me now try this watch. PU leather and suede combo strap feels stiff during the wearing of the watch, but once worn, the watch feels very comfortable. I am happy with how this 40mm case sits on my wrist, and the 11mm thickness makes it look like a mini beast even though it's a light watch at only 50 grams. My 6.8-inch wrist absolutely loves it. The watch has quite the presence thanks to the military field watch inspired design. I would recommend this watch for indoors or in cold conditions only, as sweating on suede might get uncomfortable for you and the watch. This watch is ideal for casual, business casual, and formal wear. I'm considering looking into other strap options for this watch. In conclusion, this Sonata Poze watch is a clean watch. The case and dial are definitely inspired by the Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical, but only in terms of design and not build. The watch is light at 50 grams and you can barely feel it when it's on your wrist. The dial has impressive readability during the day and in artificial light situations, and in the dark, the Lume does an impressive job of telling time without you having to squint. For now, it's total value for money, but only time will tell if this will last long. I have seen some years old Sonata watches, 10, 20, 25 years old Sonata watches on our Reddit community posted by a couple of individuals, our members. And when I looked at those, I was like, man, the Sonata watches have lasted this long, which means I have hope for this watch. Thank you for joining me today in unboxing of this simple yet elegant Sonata Poze watch, a sub-brand that was started by Titan Company Limited just a few months ago. Please comment down below and let me know which feature of this watch did you like the best. And as always guys, please hit that like button, please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and also please share this video with someone who is looking to buy a simple and elegant watch without having to break the bank. Until next time, stay tuned and stay classy.